Hi everyone, Tammy here from SMJ Media Group. We are back at the Login Lounge in Camberley and I have the lovely Rosie with me today. Hi Rosie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on. And as you can see, we have a beautiful crown here and a sash. Because Rosie, you just won your first competition this weekend, didn't you?
I have. On Saturday, I won my first ever pageant, Miss Great Britain Surrey.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and what age category was that for?
So it was the Miss division, which is 18 to 30.
And it was your first time entering?
It was my first time. It was a lot of the girls, so there were 28 of us competing for this particular crown. And for a lot of the girls, it was their first time competing in pageants. So I had no idea what to expect.
Oh, well done. Well, what did you have to do for that? What did you, because it's not what everyone thinks, which is something we're really highlighting on these podcasts today. It's not the typical stereotype of just stand and look pretty. There is more to it.
That's what I thought I was going to have to do. I was like, okay, well, I'll get to dress up in a nice dress and then walk up and down. But no, it's a lot more to do with confidence is a massive thing, and being able to walk up and down and show that you're enjoying it and you're really confident in yourself. But then every single girl that was in the finals had an amazing backstory. It's everything you do leading up to the finals. I think that's probably more important. So there were girls with campaigns, charities, girls who did amazing fundraising, girls with incredible backstories and that have had to show so much resilience to get to where they were, mums, which in itself, I don't know how they did all of it.
And be a mum.
Motherhood, their job, and also pageants. But that it's so much more about that than it is about standing on the stage and looking pretty.
Yeah, and you raised so much money, didn't you, as collectively this year?
Yeah, collectively. I think the Miss and the Ms division for Surrey raised £17,000 for Cancer Research UK.
That is fantastic.
And that was just one of the charities that we raised all that money for. So we had girls raising money for separate charities that were close to their hearts as well. And also our charity, Surrey-based charity, the Lucy Rayner Foundation, we were raising money for on the night with our raffle. So
brilliant.
Yeah, so charity-based.
It's so important to keep supporting them as well, especially like with certain, so the funding is so difficult on so many things these days, it seems. So it's great that you did that. So tell us a bit more about your backstory. You're a dancer as well?
Yes. So I'm a marketer, but I have a dance degree, so I did a whole 180 that way. But yeah, I'm also the founder of the Blossom Effect, which is a non-profit organisation that helps autistic girls to flourish in the education system.
Amazing.
And I started that off of my own story. So I'm autistic. I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD back in 2020 and just had the worst time in education.
Seems like we spoke before the interview and now I know why your light bulb switched on when I mentioned about my own experience with my husband and his diagnosis, and you're like, oh, because and
it's that late diagnosis because there's so much stigma around autism and what it looks like. And so the diagnosis, all these new people getting diagnoses, they learn what it's about.
You have to still fight so much to get that diagnosis. I mean, my husband's of the generation where in the 90s, it's just a phase. You know, it's taken till he was 40 to get it.
It's insane. And even once you've gone through all those misdiagnoses that everyone goes through, I was doing a talk for the Blossom Effect at a school in London, and I had to tell these poor kids, they were like, how long does it take for me to get diagnosed if I think I might have ADHD? And I did a quick search in their area and it's 5 years for them at 18 if they want to get their diagnosis. So it's
not good enough. It
university
really
life, they don't get the accommodations they need, they don't get the support they need. They just have to sort of battle through, and you've got obviously people, because they don't know what ADHD looks like or autism or dyslexia, what it truly can look like. You have all the people doubting them and that sort of internal battle.
We were told it would be a longer diagnosis, and we did we fought through different, we tried to fight through different things like a right to choose through Psychiatric Care UK. Yeah. And then we managed to get him seen a bit sooner because of that. But it is the fact that it's so hard to get that diagnosis.
I got lucky because I was the COVID generation when I was at uni. So we didn't go out or do anything, which meant that I had all my student loan in just like a pocket, so I could go and get it done privately and spent all my money that I would have spent on student partying on my diagnosis.
And it's not always about wanting to have medication, but it's just the, okay, so this is what can I do, steps to help me in certain situations and day-to-day life?
Exactly. And I think it's sometimes because personally, and I know my story's a lot like a lot of other women with autism, I had so many other diagnoses before that were sort of like maybes and what they thought. It's a bit of a tick box exercise or even crossing things off. So I didn't think, I was diagnosed lightly 3 times with autism, but because I didn't know what autism looked like in women, I actually brushed them off.
They say women disguise it more as well, isn't it?
So women are much more likely to mask. So that can be conscious or subconscious, and it's just literally just mimicking behaviors of everyone around you. And until you get diagnosed, you sort of think that that's what everyone does, or to the extent that you do.
Well, it's great that you've set that up to help them, because then, like I say, I don't think there is enough support there. So anything else really to help, fantastic. Yeah. And you're competing again in October, aren't you?
Yes. So I really hadn't thought about it until Saturday, because I was focused so much on Miss Surrey, and then all of a sudden it was, okay, now you've won Miss Surrey
for a moment. But
then
you've got to go to that.
And now it's like 3 months' time, we've got the national finals at Miss GB, which is
October, 3 months away. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Already. It's gone so quickly.
Oh my God, Christmas soon.
Oh gosh, I
can't do it Christmas. I love Christmas, but no, it's too soon.
We didn't really have a summer this year, did we? It was more.
We've still got August. August is not here yet. Okay, August. Please, August.
A bit of sun.
And September, we sometimes get a late summer, don't we? September, October.
Yeah,
sometimes
delayed summer.
Hopefully. So maybe. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
And keep up with that good work. Thank you. And obviously all of you collecting the charities and everything. And like I've mentioned on the other ones, I really hope you all come back so we can hear more about when you've got your next crown, and want to hear more the national crown. And I'm going to take this with me now.
Of course.
So I'll see you guys later.
Hi, I'm Dee Shepherd from SMJ Media Group. If you like what we do, and if you enjoyed what you heard today, then please do continue to support us. Support us in our conversations, in our events, in our communication, and how we publish and how we promote all local businesses. So, how do you do that? Well, you can buy me a coffee. Where? buymeacoffee.com/SMJ Media Group.